Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you written the ugly code just to do the batching, running the totals, and the API calls, and still felt this shouldn't be this hard? Today, Java finally fixes that. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We all know why Java 8 became so very much popular. It introduced many great features, but out of all of them, the Stream API was the real game changer. It completely changed the way we worked with the collections. Before streams, we used to write the long and the messy loops, but with the streams, we got the expressive methods like filter, map, flat map, collect, and many more methods. These methods made our code clean, readable, and functional in style out of the box. But as we started building the real production systems, we slowly realized that the Stream API, although very powerful, still had some features, some limitations which needs to be corrected. Let us get started with the very common real world scenarios. Let me take the secure user export example. This is the scenario I will discuss. Suppose you have a list of users and your requirement is to take only the active users and the verified users, marks their email ID, and reuse this logic across your reports, your scheduled export jobs, your admin dashboard. Earlier, prior to this Java 8, Java 24 basically, in Java 8, we used to use the Stream API approach to solve this particular problem. What we used to do, we used to call the streams, we used to filter out with that particular conditions active and the verified. After that, we used to apply the map using the get email, and then we used to replace that and with a certain character that is called masking. Ultimately, were making it to a list. So this was the old approach we used to follow. Now this code looks fine, but here is the problem. You cannot package this filter plus map together. This cannot be done in a single way. You must copy this logic each and everywhere wherever it require. You cannot duplicate, you have to duplicate that. And a small change means touching the multiple places. So this was the disadvantage which stream gatherer is going to solve this with respect to Java 24. The Stream API does not allow the reusable intermediate operations. So that was the problem with the old approach using the Java 8. Let's look at the second limitation, that is aggregation logic. The scenario over here, what we'll discuss is we are talking about a shopping cart who is going to do the total calculation. You want to calculate the total amount of the shopping cart. The people are going to buy some products, so they are going to calculate the price and the quantity. They will be used to check out the items. Then it is used for the invoice generation, and it is used for the cart preview. In Java old streams, we used to make use of the reduce or sum methods. If you take a look at this, on top of this particular stream, we were calling the map to double, and we used to do the multiplication over here. This works, but there is some problem with the sum is terminal operation over here. On top of that, you cannot reuse this particular logic, and you cannot compose it with the other stream operations. So once the stream ends, the pipeline is over forever. You cannot reuse this. Then comes the savior. the gatherer's fold method. What happens really over here is that we are still making the use of this stream, but we are making use of the gatherer method over here. If you take a look at this, under this gatherer methods, we have gatherer and there is a fold method which is going to take that and move it forward by doing zero point 0.0 and then sum the items over there, and then ultimately you can sum up plus the quantity into the price with the multiplication. After that you can find first, or else if it is you're not finding, you can actually uh, return or else, right? That's where you can do it. Why this is the better approach in compared to the old stream API? This is an aggregation in now as an intermediate operation. It's not a terminal operation. First of all, you can reuse it across your pipeline. There is no limitation over here. You can compose it with the other gatherers as well. In the combination of that, it is much easier to extend later. Let's say you want to discount something, you want to add some taxes, you want to add some fees, you can easily accommodate these changes in this. So this limitation was quite complex. So this kind of scenario, it was difficult to write and maintain in Java 8. Hence, it comes Java 24 with a feature Java Streams Gatherer, which is going to be a savior over here. Let's look at the other limitation, that is running the state, which was very hard. If you take a that scenario, the wallet balance history. So this is the problem what we are going to discuss. You have a wallet transaction. What do you do in that? You're trying to deposit some amount, you're trying to withdraw some amount. Now you want to show the balance after each transaction has been done over here. Let us look how you used to do that in the old stream API way. We used to make use of the atomic long. We used to call the stream and the map method, and we used to call the add and the get method and the transaction amount, and then we used to list down that particular amount. This used to work, but it used to be the mutable shared state. It is going to break the functional programming rule, and it was very unsafe whenever you are dealing with the parallel stream. It is very hard to reason about that. So very hard to reason. That's the reason it's very cumbersome. Now comes the savior, that is using the gatherer. There is a scan method. Now the same requirement with the gatherers can be achieved over here using the scan method. If you take a look at this, I am taking the streams, then doing some mapping operation on that particular amount. I am making use of the gatherer where I am trying to scan those from the 0 to that particular long. So it will sum up all the operations over here under that hood, and then it will give the list over there. What has changed over here? There is no mutable state over here. There is no hacks required. It was a clear intent that we are doing the sum over here of whatever operation we wanted to do. And then it's a pure functional stream pipeline. There is nothing difficulty over. It was very difficult earlier whenever you used to do that, the same thing in the Java 8 streams. So this is very handy, very easy, and it is also in a functional programming style. Limitation number 4, no native batch processing. This is the next real world pain point. Let's discuss the scenario, the bulk email sending. You must have already come across many situations where you have to send multiple emails in the bulk. Your email provider is going to allow, let's say, maximum 50 emails per request. You have thousands of emails to send. Whenever we have thousands of emails to be sent in a single request, earlier we used to make use of the Java 8 Stream API, where we used to process that in the batch of 50. If you take a look at this, we are making use of the int streams range operation over here, the method where it is taking 0 to that particular size of the batch. It is preparing that batch, and then we are calling the map to object where we are trying to sublist that particular based on the batch, and we are sending those particular list over here. This code is making use of the index match. It is very hard to read, and it is quite error prone with some logic. If it is not written properly, it is very much error prone, and it is looking very ugly in terms of review when you're trying to do the code review of it. Then comes the savior. There is a Windows fixed method by the gatherer. Now the same logic, whenever it can be applied using the gatherer Windows fixed. Here, if you see here, it is making use of the stream, the gatherer method, and the Windows fixed 50. It is taking 50 as an input, and it is producing that list. It isn't this very simple. It is very much clear. It has got the clear intent that it is going to do the batching of 50. There is no boilerplate code over here. It is very perfect for the batch APIs, and it is easy to explain and maintain. Who is going to maintain after this? Very, very handy. Let us look at the fifth limitation, where we are trying to do the Windows logic, the rolling Windows logic, which was very, very painful. Let's take an example with a scenario, that is fraud detection. You want to analyze the last 5 transactions continuously to detect the suspicious activity in your API. Now, in the old API, the old stream old API, we used to make use of the size, define the size of 5, and then we used to define the in stream with the range of that transaction and the window size minus and then 1, and then we used to do the map calling, and then we used to do the sublist and then the list. So this was the approach we used to do that. Again, here the index calculation is happening. It is very hard to maintain, and it is very easy to break also. So this was the problem with it, and this was the very much painful, because you had to do that. Stream gatherer has come up with the window sliding method. We can make use of this. If you take a look at this, we are just streaming over here. We are making use of the window slicing of 5. Isn't it looking very clean and concise? This is going to work like a shine, right? So it is going to rolling the metrics. It is going to detect the fraud over here. There is a sensor data you can apply. This can be applicable for the stock prices analysis also. So this can be applicable in many matrices or many locations, I would say. This was not very natural whenever you used to deal that with the old stream API. So this was quite cumbersome. Let's look at the another limitation, that is parallel stream failed for the IO operation. Whenever we used to deal with the IO operation, there was a quite a painful. The scenario what we are trying to look over here is fetching the product details from the external services. Let's say you have thousands of product IDs. You wanted to each IDs requires a API call, and you have a limited concurrency. Here we made use of the map method. We used the completable features supply sync method, and then we used to fetch those details, map it to the join, and then we used to produce that list. Now this was a quite cumbersome code. We used to do that over here, but with respect to prior this code what in the old API, if you see, this has got the problem of boilerplate code. It is very hard to read and very hard to control the concurrency. The stream almost lose the simplicity over here, and it is very cumbersome over here. With respect to the gatherer, there is a map concurrent method which has been introduced. So here if you see under the gatherer, you can make use of this particular map concurrent with 4 of them, and then use to produce that list. Here what is happening? Here the design, it is designed in such a way for the IO bound task only. So this is very much written for those whenever doing the IO bound task. Concurrency is controlled manner. There is no completable future mess required over here. You can write straight away, and it reads like the normal stream code itself, which is very concise. I hope this video has given you some value in terms of understanding what exactly the new features has been brought with respect to Java 24 stream gatherer. If this video has given you some value, please give us a thumbs up Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and bell icon. Until then, see you in the next video.